Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. There's a new Naked palette on the street and it is wonderful. I have it on right now and it's a very peachy palette. It's the Naked Reloaded from Urban Decay. Different packaging this time around on this one. We've gotten used to that sort of flat one, flat cardboard with the velvet on it. This one's different. It is a padded, upholstered kind of fabric and it has those big close-ups of orchids here. That's really pretty. I really like the change. I like this padded fabric. That's really different. And we're reloaded. Now, a lot of people are comparing this to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and I'll compare that to it in just a minute, but we'll swatch through these colors first. So this is more of a peachy palette. It really is more of a peachy. To me, the Sultry is kind of more grayish. Neutrally, this one is a peach tone palette. So what they've done here is kind of different for them. These two pans here on the ends are big. These two pans here are medium. And then these through the middle here are small. These are sort of your standard Naked palette pans. Then they get a little bigger out here, and then they get even bigger out at the ends. You've got metals in here, you've got some sort of flaky glitters, you've got mattes, and you've got some satins going on in here. It's just really pretty. I think it's very appropriate for spring. And let me get that hair that's sticking straight out. Very springy looking to me. A very springy peach palette. I think peach is going to be big for spring. I'm just kind of seeing it cropping up in a lot of palettes and a lot of makeup that's coming out right now. I think peach is going to be the spring color. So first, let's swatch these. I'm going to do them on my arm, my inner arm, so that I can put the Sultry palette swatches alongside them, and we'll kind of check them out side by side. I feel like they're different though. And let's compare them like this also. Just the overall theme I get on the top one is a little more gray, a little more brown, a little more cool, a little more bronzy. I don't know. I can see that some of the colors do line up, but there's no black in the Reloaded, and that silver is not repeated in the Reloaded either. I really like this silver in the Sultry. It's almost like a silvery lavender, and it's intense. The pinks are very different. This one is just bright pink. This one is more of a muted. There's not a gray down here like that. And then we'll get into the quality difference too. There is a texture difference in these. Here are the swatches of the Reloaded. It's just really light, peachy. It's a warm peach. It's not a cool toned palette like the Sultry. I feel like is very cool tone. Now you can see in a couple of these, this is one of those that's going to be a streaky, flaky glitter. This one is barely even visible, and I tried to use that as a lid topper today. It did not do well at all. So starting at the end down here, that is Bribe, Barely Naked, Angel Fire, Retro is that salmon-y color there, Reputation, Burn, Endgame is this deep chocolate, Dreamweaver is the flaky topper, Distilled, Bucked, Boundaries, and Blur. So let me show you what I did with this today, and then we'll get into the comparison, the textures, etc. Okay, going into my crease and transition area with the color called Bucked, right here. And it's nice and soft, nice and pigmented. I'm going to do pretty soon a video on exactly how I do my eye makeup, and that is going to be using the new Visart palette, Visart, called Liaison, which is a purple palette. And I'm going to go through every little step and why I do things the way I do them. And it'll be a complete tutorial on how I do my eyes. Okay, I'm going to do things kind of different. And I'm going to put this retro color on my lid. That is the bright peach, or the most intense peach. It's a matte. I'm going to put that on my lid, and then I'm going to put probably this color over it. That's sort of a sparkling topper. And I'm going to build my inner crease here later. I'm going to do that with the darkest color in the palette. Now comparing this to the Sultry palette, which so many people have done by Anastasia, this pink is not, it's more salmon-y than the hot pink that's in, or the brighter pink that's in the Sultry. That one is more pink. This one has got a lot more peach in it. I think it's more wearable. Okay, now I'm going to start in that outer corner with Endgame, which is really dark chocolate brown. I want to pull some of that into my inner crease. Start light and build inwards. Okay, it looks a little bright now, but I'm going to put this color called Angel Fire over the top of it. Really pretty, shimmering. Oh, that's pretty! And it's right here in the palette, right there. And I'm just going to dot that on the center right here. And it comes out looking like flaky on the eye instead of being a nice shine. Yeah, I don't think I like that Angel Fire on there. I don't think I like that. It's showing real flaky, kind of, instead of a nice, intense wash. Instead, over that, I think I'm going to put this Bare Naked, Barely Naked. It's a gold, and it's a metallic. That's not really so flaky. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm going to go up under my brow bone with Bribe. And that's just a matte. They don't have a real nice shiny highlight color like I like in this palette. Yeah, I like my shiny highlights. Okay, going up under the lash line on the lower lashes with Bucked again. This is an e.l.f. crease brush. I'd love to use this to line under my eyes. It's just wide enough and it's fluffy so that you get sort of a blown out look instead of a straight line. And then up under the lash line with Endgame, that dark chocolate. Here's what I finished up with. I think it's pretty. I think it's very pretty. It's very peachy. It's very springy to me. So the texture on these is a little drier than the Anastasia overall. I like the Anastasia texture better. Just a lot better. The Nakeds to me have always been a little on the dry side, a little on the funky texture side. The glitters can be chunky. So, of course, the two metallics here, these two are beautiful. This pink is beautiful. It's not really a pink, it's a strong peach. I didn't like, of course, that flaky one. The flaky one I tried to put on top, the Angel Fire. That didn't work out very well. This other flaky, sort of neutral toned brown called Dreamweaver. It's just really a deep taupe. That's a very flaky one. I don't know if that's going to go on. If you could do that as a lid color, let's see. It's one of those that just doesn't have much pigment to it. There's one of those in every palette, isn't there? Just overall, though, I like the Sultry better. I like the Sultry better. The texture on it is much better. The mattes are less dry. They are more pigmented. They are softer. They blend easier. The metallics, I love them, of course. I mean, there's just, you can't beat them. There's no fighting. They're soft. They're just pillowy feeling, these metallics. I'm going to swatch these next to the Reloaded, and we can really compare. Okay, along the top here is the Sultry. Along the bottom is the Reloaded. So I went out of order on the Sultry because I tried to compare swatches to swatches. I tried to compare ones that I thought were fairly comparable, like these two, which really aren't comparable at all. These two. I kind of tried to line them up like that, and they're just, it's different. Yeah, it's subtle. Look at this one on the Sultry and compared to that one, which is so flaky. And these are two different colors here, really. They're really quite different. This one's quite a bit different on the Sultry. But then you've got this really gray thrown in there. You've got this color called Twig, which is a really nice taupe. They're just different colors. So I used this Wet n Wild coconut primer water. I used it as a base under my foundation, and I used it to set, and I feel like it is really giving me just a glow. I really like this. It is very strong pump though. It is a very strong spray. So you're used to spraying at a certain distance from your face. This one, back it way out, okay? I need to do a drugstore haul for you guys. I've been buying a lot of stuff from the drugstore lately. Just a little here and there scattered, not a whole collection of anything. So I've got all this makeup. I ordered a bunch of makeup recently, and it's all starting to come in. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of filming here pretty soon. Also on the way, Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Quad. That's on the way too. I just had to jump on the bandwagon and try that one. I'm not sure if they're going to be my colors, but we'll try that one out. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time.